Hello Musici, today I want to show you this composition, and this is not my composition, this is a gavotte, but I'm not the author of the gavotte, and the composer is not a composer of the 18th century, he's a today composer, and that's not me. So why? Because this is a very beautiful work by one of my apprenticeship students, with which I work one-to-one to teach how to compose music and improvise music in the Renaissance and Baroque style. Why composing and improvising? Because there are two things which goes together. We use usually two different terms, composition and improvisation, but at the end they are composition at the keyboard, directly at the keyboard, and composition on the paper. So it's in both cases composition, because you have to learn the same pattern and then to apply them on the paper and on the keyboard. So the approach is very similar. Now, there are a couple of things I want to tell you, but first of all, let's listen to this piece. Bravo, 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 bravo. I'm really happy for this work, for this composition. Let's say we have been composing a lot of dances, allemands, sarabands, courant not yet, minuet, polacca, we did polacca, la polonaise together. Then we did, no, we didn't do the gavotte, we didn't do the bourrée, which will be the next dance, but I'm really happy because you made a big improvement in the last 6 months. Basically, we started working together more than 1 year ago. We did a lot of partimenti, a lot of things. At the beginning, it was a really challenge. I remember when 1 year ago, around August, the same period, you wanted to kill me because there were some exercises you weren't able to do. But now you can. And what to say? I really appreciate this effort and this result. That's why I'm making this video. And if you want to say something, to reply here in the comments, I'll be happy to show you. I mean, that you are not a bot. You are a human being from another part of the world. Of course, I respect your privacy. So if I won't do your name. If you want, you can write here in the description, in the comments. By the way, there is this video we made where we analyzed and fixed and checked the first draft of this gavotte, and now I leave you to that video. And if you want to learn to compose music in the Baroque style like this, that sound exactly as you have lived in the Baroque, so get in touch with me. You find all what you need in the description, and we'll see what's your current background now, and then how you can achieve this and even a higher level, one step at a time. Of course, this is not easy to compose music. This requires a lot of study, but he did it, and you can do it. So we are here. Would you like to compose music like a Musicus of the Renaissance or Baroque? Imagine a custom-made path with a mentor guiding you step by step. No confusion, no abstract theory, just real music. Partimenti, counterpoint, cadences, fugues, solmization. Each month, I work with a small number of musicians in a one-to-one program designed for complete beginners, experienced musicians seeking a clear method, anyone who wants to truly live early music, not just study it from the outside. Want to apply? Send me a message through the form at this link and tell me who you are and your background, what you already know and your current skill, where you would like to go, your goals. I reply within 24 hours, and if it's a good match, let's begin the journey together. Vai, play.
Okay.
La, fare, la. Okay, good. Let's stop here. First of all, there is something which is very, very important in writing. We are composing a gavotte, and the gavotte takes this time signature. Oops, you don't see the semicircle with the cut. What does it mean? It means that it's the so-called alla breve. Now, look at Bach's gavotte, and or better, focus on what you wrote here. And look at this gavotte. What's different? It's very important, I'll tell you very quickly, that you write all these notes with only one line, because you'll group 4 notes, because your unit is the minima. This way. Okay? So in your writing, you have to group 4 chrome, 4 eighth note at a time. Of course, if you have a syncopation, you cannot do that. You'll do this way. But if you have 4 notes in a row, they'll take this thing. Then, what to say about the phrasing? The phrasing and the melody is very nice. It's very balanced. Fa, re, la, fa, la, sol, fa, ra, to, ra, ra, ram. It's perfect. To, ra, tam, trr, tan, ta, ra, 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 ra. The only thing that I mean, I'm not so convinced by this trill, because you are breaking the flow.
It's a French style. When you have any space for any ornament anywhere, it has to be there. It has to be extremely extravagant, unnecessary everywhere.
But what about there? I think it's much better here. If you don't,
that can work too.
Okay.
Or if you want to be extremely extravagant, yeah, but that's a little bit of a carnevale. But anyway, yeah, fine.
Okay. Now, beside this, okay, let's see the counterpoint. I don't understand what's happening here, because I see 2 minime, 2 half notes. I see a quarter note, and I don't understand where this quarter note comes from.
It comes on. Let me see. Let me just check. Yeah, wait. Sorry, can you show me the melody for a sec, please? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, okay. So you hold down the F, and then you also add the D.
Okay, so this is not the way to write it.
How do you write it properly?
Yeah, I'll tell you now. First of all, there is one more thing to solve, because by doing this, the C and D, you are creating a suspension, a second. So there's another problem. Where are you going to resolve this dissonance? Now,
isn't it a structural thing?
We have to start
from.
We have to start from the previous beat. First of all, down, rest, and this way. Then, after this, so you mean that you want F, C, and then you want to introduce D2? This way? Okay. So the lower voice must be written this way with a rest.
Okay.
Okay. And then I suggest that because so passing from 3 voices to only one in the bass, it's a little weird. So you can do this. In writing, it's much better.
Okay.
Then this, okay, it's in a strict counterpoint must be resolved, the second to the third. Here, if you want to use it as a color, a poetic license, it's even true that the B natural is arriving there. So take into consideration that that would be a poetic license, but you can do it.
I mean, it's exactly what you said. It's for the color.
Exactly.
Just because I wanted to have.
Exactly. So makes sense. Just be aware that you are breaking the rule of suspension, and you are shifting the resolution to the melody in the following beat. That's okay. Just be conscious. But the way to write the bass here is very, very important. Because okay, good. Now even here, in the second bar is written correctly because you have 2 separate voices. Okay, and because this is the bass, write this pom pom and write a rest.
Rest for okay.
Minimal rest. Okay. Or if you want, think. You have to think more about the middle voices. Re mi fa ta ta tan. Don't you like it, D? Tan tan tan.
It could work, but I just wanted the sound of the octave there, honestly. But yeah, definitely it can work because it was. I didn't really care about that. But yeah, sure, yeah.
Or otherwise, put a rest. Te, to, to, and then you do this. Okay.
I have a question about these rests.
Tell me.
So I'm under the impression, maybe I'm wrong, that they weren't all that precise with their rests in these types of pieces. Is it just my impression, or should I just write them out in full? Because it's pretty obvious that there's nothing happening there for that voice. But is writing the rest mandatory? From their point of view, not ours.
Let's say almost yes, because we are in a framework where counterpoint and polyphony is very, very important.
Okay.
In general, to have a clear answer, precise answers, look at keyboard music. Take a gavotte of a composer and see, or any other piece, and look how they manage these rests. For example, let's take the gavottes we can find in the folder. So, Sweet and Dances, gavotte. Here, let's take a French gavotte. You see, we have the rests. Even here, we have the rest we need. Now, they are, in this case, a very short note. So, it's like it's kind of an effect. So, instead of writing this way, but they are at the end in the same voice. There are 2 voices, you see? Even here, there is a rest. So, yes, in this style, in Baroque style, it's important to write this rest. Even here is a rest. There is a rest. So, even here, very small things, but there is a rest. So, the answer is yes. In this style, it's very important.
Okay.
Even here there is a rest. You could say this is just a chord, and I agree with you, because in the right hand, at the end, there is only one melody. And this rest is not necessary at all. But because they are so much used to polyphony, here the rest becomes almost mandatory, at least in making clear that you don't want anything. You see? That thing is just an effect. But then there is a rest. Okay. Is there an example in a bass? Let's see, example in the bass. No, because here the bass takes only one voice. We need to find a bass with no, there are no example. We have to check. This is Corelli. The bass has only one voice. Even in this Gavotte, yes, this is the one we analyzed before, so the same thing. Okay, let's see the other Gavotte. Let's continue the second phrase. The first phrase is very nice. I really like this Gavotte. And what is not so good? Do you know what is not so good? This, because if you put this G. I've already told you this in the minuet. If you do this, you are creating a 6/4 harmony.
No, that's not true, because you said, I remember in another, because there's an analysis on this, on the Bach, where he does the exact same thing, and you said it's not a change of harmony.
Where?
Go, check the G major. I think it's the same thing, but wait, let me see. Is it the G major or the? I think so.
You're talking about this, right?
Yeah.
But there are two different things. Let me finish.
Okay, why?
Why? Because here you're moving down.
Yeah.
In your example, you're not doing. You're coming back higher. So if you keep the same direction, descending, yes, it's the same harmony. Okay. But if you break the chord, you're giving too much weight to that note, and it becomes a 4/6. So in that case, if you want to use it, you can use it. But the problem is not here; it's the following thing. So you can do that, but you have to move down to the lower C, to this C.
Yeah, but it's too much.
It's too much. Okay, so you have to change something before.
Just.
For example, or otherwise.
Just. Yeah.
You do this. And now makes sense. Otherwise, this can work in a phrasing or even in a subject of a fugue when it's working with faster notes. But if you put it on the level of a rhetoric point, remember to keep the same direction, ascending or descending. Don't break it that way. Or, but this or sounds too much weird. So, then second phrase. Even here, do you know something very, very interesting that you can do? Which can be an effect. La, sol, fa. Rest. Fa, la, fa, la. And then this way. Good. Then even here, rest, and you put this in the lower voice, in the bass.
Okay.
Then.
Could you explain it in that? You know where you put the little orange rest? I didn't know before earlier. Yeah, I didn't understand what you did there. You said there's something interesting we can do. I don't quite get it.
The interesting thing that you can do is that you are not resolving the descending tetrachord. La, sol, fa. The mi is not arriving there.
Okay.
And so we indicate this with the rest.
Okay. Isn't it kind of resolved though, even though it's an octave higher?
No, because it's in the middle voice. Re, mi, fa, mi, sol, la.
Okay.
Okay. You have to think the middle voices separately. Polyphony. Re, mi, fa, mi, sol, la, pam. And the bass. La, la, sol, fa, fa, sol. It's very important that you. I mean, if they are not written for 3 separate instruments, there's a kind of polyphony with which you can play and create combinations. Okay. Okay, there is something in this modulation which is not so convincing at all. Let me see what. Because do you see this fourth degree? It's too much C minor.
Yeah, but that's the point.
But wait a moment. Let me think. If we want to make a modulation to E flat major, the fourth degree should be A flat. Don't you like A flat instead of D? No? I mean, both can work. I'm not saying that it's totally bad. No.
Could you play it, please?
Yes. So I'll play both versions. Yours?
I think it disrupts the movement of the phrasing a bit too much for my ear.
Okay.
Because what I wanted to do there basically is because it's the same way the cadence happens before.
Okay, but with the diminution and then changing the last part. Okay. No. Okay, nice. So the first section, the first 8 bars are now they work. Fa, re, la, fa, la, sol, fa, la, do, da, da, Bravo.
I have a question for this here. So is it better to end with a single note or with a chord? Because Couperin, in his, before the actual cadence, the good cadence, the final cadence, he ends with maybe one voice. But when he gets to the cadence, he puts all 3 just to have the full sound.
Exactly. The end of the second 4-bar phrase, which created a big 8-bar phrase, can be stronger, especially if you have the ritornello, and so yes, that works with.
You prefer the black one, not the red one.
I prefer the black, exactly, because I'm not racist, so I like black things. You see, you know what I mean, okay? the following phrase.
Let's see. Okay. Should I go on? Or...
Yeah. I want to hear both.
And then it goes back to, yeah.
Basically a repetition.
Yes.
Okay, it can work, huh? The repetition in this style, this way. Now, mi, do, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, re, do. Then what's
diminution or big notes? So fast.
Let me see. Okay, if you want to put diminutions, they can work. Can you play again this phrase? I want to.
Yeah, of course.
Notice one thing.
Towards the end? I mean, all the way to the end there?
No, this phrase. Only this phrase.
Okay. No.
Okay. If you want to put diminutions, they can be nice, but what I don't like at all is this lip here.
Yeah, I think it's better without it, honestly. Just
Or
leave it.
ta-ra-ra-ran, tan-ta-ta-tan, play this way. Here
Okay.
you put the lip before the ta-ra-ra-ra, because it's ta-ra-ra-ra. This note is true that it's the beginning of the new section, but it's even the ending of the cadence. So it's better to put a lip after that note.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why. Ta-ra-ra-ra, tan, tan, ta, ta, ta. And I think that these green diminutions are very nice because you break a little the rhythm. What I want to know is, are you sure to put the left hand so low? I would do this an octave higher, otherwise we have too much space, I think. An octave higher.
I thought of that too, but honestly, I kind of like the sound that it's so far apart.
Okay,
but
because you can put
get...
only this an octave higher, and then you come back to create a better, bigger contrast. Even because thanks to this lip, you can go down that way. What do you think? I think I would write this an octave higher, only this part, and then I'll come back here.
Okay, so let me. So
check the connection. Check the connection. You have the cadence here, softer.
Yeah, it could work because it's kind of unexpected anyway.
Exactly.
Okay.
Only here, and then you write this way, tan ta ta tan tan ta tan ta ta tan. In that case, the connection should be written. Tan ta tan ta re tan ta. This way. Tan ta. but then because you want let's see, because you want the chromaticism, so direct with the other voice staying there. Dun, dun, ta, dun, dun. In that case, no, we can do this.
I mean, can't you just
then you'll fix it as you prefer in the connection. Okay.
can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
So left hand. I don't know if it's that D flat there. I like the sound, but it almost sounds a bit classical to me. Do you think it's okay?
It's okay. Yes. It's okay. It's okay. Even because it's fa la re, the fa super loud F minor, and you're doing a cadence to F minor, so it's perfect. If you want to be Baroque, you should do C, but then the problem would be this parallel fifth. So fa mi fa. It's the same thing you're doing before. You are making the cadence la sol fa mi not resolved. So it's a good effect that you can do, actually. It's very nice.
Okay.
Fa mi fa. Unexpected. Yes.
What would you call this thing? Because the feeling.
Abruptio.
No. But yeah. But I mean, because the pattern here, it kind of could be some type of what do you call it? Fonte, fonte. Okay, it kind of sounds like a fonte, but not really, especially not with that B nasty.
You mean the entire section 2+2?
Yeah. Because the B destroys everything. Yeah.
It's a very interesting fonte, kind of variation, because we have the same melody. Actually, I found another example like this in Bach, in one of the dances. Now
I did this twice now, and that's why I'm asking you, because I kind of like the sound, and I want to know what
I found this, and I made this interpretation. So we have a fonte in the melody, which means that way. Sol, sol, fa. Followed by fa, fa, mi, fa, fa, mi. So the regular fonte should be ending where the harmony is, for example, 3 6 6 6 5 and 5 3. This way. Let's say that we have this and even A flat. This, and the complete harmony is, let's say, then with a 5/6 here again. But in this kind of new fonte, what's happening? It's happening that instead of finishing with this note, you're adding a kind of, you have the same other notes, but you have one more voice. This B natural. So you're using another voice which is a third down, and the effect is that you create a minor chord. So at the end, in the melody, it's a fonte, but realize in an harmonic way that is like down a fifth, F and C. So it's a quint fonte.
No, I have the name for you. It's not a hermaphrodite fonte. It's a fluid fonte. How about that?
That's nice. It's the fluid fonte because it feels like a quintuple. Okay, right.
And it feels minor.
Exactly. It's a fluid font, right? Yes, it's a quint font. It can be common in music. I found this in other examples. Now I cannot tell you where, but if I'll find it, I'll tell you.
That's okay. But it's a sound I can use to make a little bit of a special, unexpected effect.
Yes, exactly. I like it.
Okay.
I like this fluid font.
It gives a very unusual sound.
Yes, but Bach use it. Bach.
Yeah, but in a good way, it messes with your expectation.
Exactly. So ta dun ta ta. Okay, what's not convincing to me here is the repetition. Ah no, wait a moment. This is an A. This is not a C. Okay, even here, this G better works if you're moving
towards the C.
Yeah, so a C would be much better.
Okay.
Pum 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 pa pa pum pa pum pa pum pa pum pum. Now let's see the last phrase. Beautiful. This way?
What? No, natural. Sorry. It's supposed to be a natural. I don't know why I wrote that.
And this is supposed to be a natural. Yes, because this is the... okay, so wait a minute. This is this, and this is the no. Let's see. Quite unbalanced, eh? Okay. And this is supposed to be?
Go a little bit.
This is a contemporary music scene, right?
C natural.
This is it a contemporary music scene? I guess something like that, you know.
You know that actually used to be a Greek letter. 3,000 years.
What letter is this?
I can't see. That's a smiley face with a tongue out.
No, this. What letter is this?
I can't remember what it was, but that's the haha emoji.
Okay.
It's an evil now. But... I know.
This is an F, eh? No, you want the D, I know.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's see something about the left hand. You know. Okay, here I would write it with a minima.
Yeah.
Then you know, so this phase is taking a harmony, because at the end it's kind of a 4/3, so it's taking a sharp. Let me see.
The F sharp is maybe. I don't know what it is.
No. No. What about? this way. We put this in the bass. So pam 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 pam.
So could you explain why you changed the note heads, the going down?
Because of the melody. This way the bass sounds complete. Dun, 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 la, la, fa. Pum, pum, pum. We have a clear bass. And the tenor.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. And then it stops because, okay.
I just have a little bit of difficulty, you know, conceiving the voices as individual things sometimes. And I just, you know, I know the notes there are right, the sounds there are right, but I don't know which voice needs to get what.
This is something you have to start studying and improving. That's okay. Just start. Now, let me play the last phrase again. Okay, and if you want, ton, ton, a unison can work. Then that's very nice. Tan tan to ta ta ton.
Okay, nice.
Ton to ta ta ton. This way. Ton to ta.
Is that okay?
Yes, because it's the same direction. Tan tan ta ta to ra tan. Re de re mi fa de ti do de ti da di do da do de. Bravo, bravo. The bass is very nice. What about ti ta ra to ra tan ton to ra 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 ron ta ta ra 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 tum.
Holding everything down or just the first note?
No, just the first note. No, this would be too much, and you can do it in playing, but not in writing. This is not, we don't use the stile brisé at all here in the gavotte. When you play it on the harpsichord, if you want to make a crescendo, to create a crescendo, you can do it in playing, but you won't write it. Okay. Bravo. I really like this gavotte. Play it one more time from the beginning, and I'll scroll the.
Okay. Just one little question towards the end, if you could, please. So my question is essentially, actually, just before. So you remember this so that's supposed to be a cadence in the G minor going back to C minor, but it's not
here.
Yeah, it's not very satisfying, and I know it's not satisfying. Is that okay? Because, you know, what my ear kind of wants there is, instead of what it wants is a continuation of G minor somehow, as in, but I thought, no, volevi, I'll give you something different, and let's go back.
I think that if you put stepwise movement, you can have a better effect.
Okay. So it's not a problem if I go back to that a little bit.
No, it's perfect. It's even perfect if you go to G major. If you make a cadence to G major, it's perfect because this becomes the fifth of C minor. It's very perfect. Yes, so, it's still a cadence to G. Remember, it's still a cadence to G from an ancient point of view. So that's okay. That's okay.
And it's okay still if the cadence is there, but then we directly go somewhere else.
Of course. And it's even
Okay.
not only correct, but it's even good and stylistically nice. Okay, play.
Because I've also done this in other dances we compose, where I have the first. Okay, I have, let's say, a cadence on, let's say, G minor and B flat in the top, and then suddenly in the bass B natural to go back to C minor. I do this often. So you say that's okay?
Yeah, but maybe not directly on the downbeat, because you leave it an ambiguity. If you do, it can work, but you have to manage it very well. But if you do,
No. Yeah. So no, actually, sorry, it was supposed to be something, I don't remember what, and then you end G in the bass, B flat in the top voice, then
it depends, because here you're doing something much more chromatic this way.
Yeah, not here, but we've done this before, and you say that's generally that's good. It's fine.
Yeah, but I don't remember where. I don't remember the context, so I cannot tell you more about that. In this context, it works. Yes.
So basically, we haven't changed any notes, just the way we write them correctly, right?
Can you repeat?
So in this gavotte, we haven't changed any notes really. We just wrote them better.
Yes.
To make the lesson clearer.
Yes, exactly. Because it's very nice. I really like this gavotte. Play it again.
Okay. Wait. And then you said
down.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. No.
Yes. Then when you write this in the final version, ta ta ta, this way. Yeah?
Okay.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Really nice. I'm happy, very happy for this gavotte. Bravo. This is very beautiful. Beautiful. I like it. Write it the correct version, and I'll play it in a video with the. Beautiful. Would you like to compose music like a Musicus of the Renaissance or Baroque? Imagine a custom-made path with a mentor guiding you step by step. No confusion, no abstract theory, just real music. Partimenti, counterpoint, cadences, fugues, solmization. Each month I work with a small number of musicians in a one-to-one program designed for complete beginners, experienced musicians seeking a clear method, anyone who wants to truly live early music, not just study it from the outside. Want to apply? Send me a message through the form at this link and tell me who you are and your background, what you already know and your current skill, where you would like to go, your goals. I reply within 24 hours, and if it's a good match, let's begin this journey together. Do you want to learn how to compose music in the Renaissance or Baroque style? If you're at the beginning of your musical journey, or a professional looking to deepen your knowledge of early music, the best path may be a guided integrated course. Composing in the style of the 16th century or the 17th and 18th century requires much more than knowing harmony and counterpoint. You need to navigate a vast world, including solmization, fugue, cantus firmus, mensural notation, partimenti, dances, chorales, and more. To avoid getting lost, you need an experienced guide, a musicus practicus who knows the path, walks beside you step by step, and helps you overcome each challenge with tailored exercises, attentive feedback, and continuous dialogue. Have a question about a topic? We'll discuss it. Stuck on an exercise? We'll work through it together. Want to go deeper into a subject? We'll tackle it with focus. Every month I accept a limited number of apprentice musicians like you for a program of personalized one-to-one lessons where I guide them in learning to compose in the Renaissance and Baroque style. How it works? During our one-to-one lessons we focus on 2 and 3 voice composition, counterpoint and partimenti, practical exercises on historical style, schemata, cadences, voice leading, models, patterns, and much more. During the week, you'll also follow recorded lessons on repertoire analysis, pattern structure, tones and modes in polyphony, rhythm of historical dances, and everything else you need to progress. This way, each individual lesson becomes focused, effective, and productive. If you'd like to apply for the Musical Apprenticeship program, go to the link and fill out the form telling me your musical background, studies, experiences, instruments, what you play, your current skill, what you can compose, if you know partimenti, chorales, anything else, and your goals, what you would like to learn in the short, medium, and long term. I'll personally read your message and get back to you within 24 hours to let you know how we can work together. Don't miss the spot and learn to compose music as if you had lived in the Renaissance or in the Baroque.